Gearfax friends, check this one out. This is Yamaha's EZ-30, although the temptation to call it the EZ-30 is overwhelming, so that's what I'm going to call it. It's a Yamaha key lighting keyboard. Most key lighting keyboards, of course, are Casio. They've got a long line of key lighting keyboards, but this one is a Yamaha and it lights in a slightly different way. We've got red lights for the white keys, orange lights for the black keys, and I've got to tell you, I think it looks quite a lot funkier than the Casios. In most other respects, it just seems to be pretty much your average general MIDI home keyboard. It's got the portable grand function there, which is always nice to see on the Yamahas. Registration memories, sequencing, transport controls for your rhythms, access to the somewhat obsolete Yamaha Education Suite, which might be a little more relevant with this one since it's got the key lighting keys. A decent set of speakers, unfortunately no pitch bend control or modulation. I'm very pleased to see that it's got over 600 sounds. I can't see the XG Yamaha standard insignia anywhere, all I can see is general MIDI, but the fact that it's got this many sounds would indicate to me that it is running the XG expanded MIDI sound set, and also I see here we've got a DSP function as well that might expand even more on those sounds. First of all, we've got bright piano as our default sound. But what I really want to do is start at 129, which is the first of the expanded sounds. It starts us logically with another piano sound. Ooh, that's nice and soft. So mellow, I'm going to have to up the volume a little bit, I think. Let's use the function button here to move down to DSP, and just running through the effects, we've got several kinds of reverb, early reflection, chorus, again several kinds, a flanger, interesting rotary effect. Slower rotary effect. Very slow rotary effect. Tremolo. Tremolo 2. There's quite a lot of stereo action here that you won't pick up in the camera's microphone, but it's quite lively. Panning sounds. Now we have wah. Yeah, that's really nice. Delay sounds. More kinds of delays. This is a really wide stereo delay. And then we've got a couple of kinds of distortion or slight overdrive. Might be better to try something a bit more bluesy perhaps with this. This is an amp simulator. Then we've got some preset equalization. Bypass setting, and we're back to our reverbs. And the gated reverb, I believe, is where we started. So you've got your 600 sounds augmented by your DSP effects system, so that's great. Okay, now that we've looked through effects, I'm going to go through some more of these great sounds. Clavey sounds are always a good indication of how good a keyboard is. This pulse clavie is a really nice one. It comes through really softly, but beautiful touch sensitivity. Lots of percussive sounds like that massive dulcimer. Now we get into the organs. Always a favourite for me. Nice 60s organ there. Very smooth ones. Classic rock organ there. Very smooth even bar organ. And it gets smoother still. Mellow. These sounds are really nice. Then it gets into the guitars. Guitars are never terribly thrilling with home keyboards, I find. That one's got an aftertouch to it that's quite interesting though. You can hear that hand clamping down over the frets. Pretty cool. Here's an interesting one. It says steel plus body. Overdrive guitar. I suspect that doesn't actually have the DSP added, so let's try adding in the overdrive with that. Yeah, it's set to stage reverb, so I'm going to take it up to overdrive, which was number 20, 30, 33. Okay. Okay, so now that has a bit more punch to it than the default overdrive guitar sound. Just at the lower end now, because we're looking at some bass sounds. I would like to have heard that an octave lower, so I'm just going to go to transpose here and we'll take it down -12. Ah, that sounds really good. Oh, you could have some good riffs with that one. Guitar and bass playing on separate octaves, that's a really nice voice. And as with all the other instruments, many basses to choose from. And now the synth basses. So many usable sounds. I've always liked the Yamaha slow strings. Very mellow. Horn sounds now. Beautiful French horns. And a harsher, more synthetic sound. A breathy saxophone sound. And then we got a whole lot of synthesizer sounds. All of them quite familiar if you're used to Yamaha's extended MIDI set or Roland's GS set. So not remarkable in their own right, but it is a wonderful database of really usable sounds. That's Itopia, very nice sound, always an old favorite. Glacier. Okay, now let's talk about styles. Press the style button here, and as with many Yamaha keyboards, we've got an intro that can go either to an A or B main loop, and then you can use that button as well to do your fill-ins, and then back to the intro button, which then becomes an ending button to take your song out. So the default beat is 8-beat 1. Let's just have a quick listen to the main on that one. And start. Very nice drum sounds and beautiful reverb as well. Tap tempo here. So a small example there. Let's go to something a little more exciting though. 16-beat funk, and we'll do this one with the accompaniment on. Intro and start. Okay, I'm not saying that's everyone's taste in music, but the quality of that style is just as good as many much more expensive workstations that I've seen around the place, and I've seen a few. Check out the detail in this blues pattern running at a very low tempo, 70 beats per minute with accompaniment on. course, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't look at this from a synth point of view. I haven't listened to any of the electronic dance music beats. Looks like we've got quite a few of them to choose from. What shall we have? Disco funk, I think. Sudden and very quick ending there. I was expecting something a little more elaborate. Maybe we should try one of the others. Hip hop, the old favourite. Let's try it. Gonna do the fill and then bring in the accompaniment. Pretty cool, and again, quite a lot of classy detail in the accompaniment pattern. So, what do we have on the back? Well, it's quite simple. We've got MIDI in and out, a sustain pedal socket, headphone socket, and power in. No USB on this one, so it's just MIDI, and that's just fine with me. We also have a battery option, 6D sized. So, now that we've listened to a few patterns and some great sounds from the Yamaha EZ-30, I am going to say that it's been a long time since I've been this impressed by a home keyboard. I usually think that key lighting is a bit of a gimmick and quite unhelpful, and even if that is the case, this one still just looks so good. If you can be bothered to install and use the Yamaha Education Suite, you might get more out of it, but ultimately key lighting is a fairly useless learning system. But it's great to see that Yamaha have at least aesthetically brought something really good out of the concept. But notwithstanding all of that, it's just a really good home keyboard. It's got so many great sounds on it. The patterns deliver so much. It sounds like a much more elaborate and expensive keyboard. So yeah, it's a long time since I've been this impressed. That's the Yamaha EZ-30 EZ-30 key lighting keyboard. Thanks for watching my demo. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Please like, comment, or subscribe, and look forward to seeing you on the next one.